Happy morning, dear students. Today's topic is identification and nursing management of common congenital malformations. Okay, here we will identify the what are the congenital malformations is there, and then management we will discuss in this topic. And first definition. What is the definition of congenital anomalies? Here you should learn about what is anomalies, what is malformations. Okay, here the congenital anomalies means it includes all biochemical, structural and functional disorders present at birth, that is called as congenital anomalies. And next one is congenital malformations. It includes only the structural defects present at birth, but in the anomalies means it includes biochemical, structural and functional disorders, but malformations are structural defects. Here we are discussing about the identification of congenital malformations of the newborn. Okay, and next one is incidence. How far the incidence is there for these congenital malformations means in globally the incidence is about 30 to 70% per 1000 live births. Children are affected for this congenital malformations. In India, 2.5 to 4% children are neonates are affected with this congenital malformations. Most common type of birth defect, that is the central nervous system abnormalities, how far it is there means about 22% is there. Okay, this is the about the incidence of congenital malformations. And next one is risk factors. What are the risk factors means if mother is having advanced maternal age or consanguate and then maternal malnutrition, that time how far it may be affect means if mother is having advanced maternal age means baby may deliver down with Down syndrome. And if parents are consanguate marriage is there, child may deliver with the mental retardation. If mother is having maternal malnutrition like iodine deficiency, that time baby may deliver with the mental retardation. If the folic acid deficiency, child may deliver with the central nervous system defects. These are the risk factors of the malformations. And next one is epidemiology of the congenital malformations. Here the congenital anomalies affects an estimated 1 in 33 infants and results in approximately 3.2 million birth defects related disabilities every year, it is noted. About 270,000 newborns die during the first 28 days of life every year from congenital anomalies. Because of these anomalies, 270,000 newborns are died within 28 days of lifespan. So it is very horrible and may result in long-term disability, which may have significant impact on the individual, families, health care system and the societies. And next, the most common severe congenital anomalies are the heart defects, neural tube defects and the Down syndrome. Because of these defects, child may having the morbidity rate and then mortality rate is very high for that. And although the congenital anomalies may be genetic, infectious or environmental in origin, most of it is difficult to identify the exact cause. But we can't recognize the exact cause for that, but it is associated with the genetic, infectious and environmental causes. Many congenital anomalies can be prevented. Example, whenever we are giving vaccination, for that, whenever we are giving proper adequate intake of folic acid and iodine and adequate antenatal care, key for the prevention. Nothing is there. Antenatal care is very, very important to give the healthy birth or healthy deliveries. Okay, this is about the epidemiology. And next one is causes. Causes of congenital malformations. Here total 5 causes is there. The first one is genetic or chromosomal abnormalities. Here first one, and second one is environmental, third one is socio-economic status, fourth one is infections, fifth one is maternal nutrition. These are the causes may associated with the congenital anomalies. First, genetic or chromosomal causes, environmental, socio-economic status, infections, and maternal nutritional status. Okay, these are the causes. And next one, coming to genetic. What are the genetic causes we are it is associated with the congenital malformations or consanguinity, means relationship by the blood, increase the prevalence of rare genetic congenital anomalies and nearly double the risk of neonatal and childhood death, intellectual disability and serious birth anomalies in first cushion union. Here, because of consanguinity, means it is a relationship by the blood, their own blood relations, both male and female, they get the babies. That time what happen, it may having some genetic deformities, these may affects the childhood death and the intellectual disabilities. So that also one of the cause. And then race. What is race? For example, Askinis Jews or Finns, they have the comparatively high prevalence of rate genetic mutation. Their gene have been changed. That genes may be mutated. It leads to the high risk of congenital anomalies. Mostly we have seen in the Jews. Okay, that is Jews race. And then next one is syndromes. Some associated syndromes, means it is a group of disorders, infections, environmental factors, genetic factors, and then maternal malnutrition, everything is associated with that. So that time some syndromes also may be affected with that babies. Okay, that is about the genetic. And next one is environmental factors. How these environmental factors may associated or related for the congenital malformations, means maternal exposure to the pesticides, maternal exposure to the medications, means some drugs mother may be using, and alcohol uses, alcohol abusing, and next one is using of tobaccos and then cigarettes and psychoactive substances. Sometimes some mothers are they are using some psychoactive medications they are using. Okay, that time also it also may be effects for that baby, intrauterine baby. And next one is certain chemicals. Here the some chemicals are using, pesticides are using for the fruits and then vegetables, whatever we are using. Okay, that also may be environmental factor, includes the environmental factors. And next one is high dose of vitamin A during the early pregnancy. Because of high dose of vitamin A vitamin A doses mother is taking, that time it may also affects the babies. Babies may, it's may related with the congenital anomalies. High dose of radiation, mother is exposing to the radiation. Okay, that also one of the environmental factor. And next one, working or living near or in west sites, simulators and or mines. Sometimes mothers are working beside the mines and then waste near the dumping yards, they are living together. That time it may also affect the mothers, it may affect the womb, it may cause the congenital anomalies. These are the environmental factors. And next one is maternal infections, like mother is having torch infections, that may also lead to the congenital malformations. Here the what is torch means toxoplasmosis, rubella, cytomegalovirus, herpes and syphilis. These are the some causative maternal infections may affect the baby womb. It may related with the some congenital malformations, like it is associated all over the baby malformations. And varicella zoster infections, it may also lead, and HIV infections. These are the maternal infections may associated with the malformations. Next, fourth one is socio-economic factors. Here the congenital anomalies are more frequent among resources constrained families, and then and countries also is there. Here because of some low socio-economic status or factors, it may lead to the some problems associated with the anomalies, congenital anomalies. It is estimated that about 94% of severe birth defects occur in the middle and low resource countries. Means Mostly developing countries only affected with it. How much it is means 94%. India also is included in that 94%. Okay, and where the mother are more susceptible to macronutrients and micronutrient malnutrition may be having. Some mothers is having micro and then macronutritional deficiencies. Those mothers also is having the congenital malformations, and that also one of the socio-economic factors associated. And next one is increased exposure to the agent of or factors that induced or increased the incidence of abnormal placental development, and particularly infections and then alcohol. Okay, mother is consuming the alcohol, mother is having some infections, that time also it may be effect. And next one is advanced maternal age also increase the risk of some chromosomal abnormalities including the Down syndrome. Whether advanced age means more than 30 years above, that babies mother, that those mothers may deliver the Down syndrome babies. Okay, that is about socio-economic. And next one is fifth one, maternal nutritional status. Here the iodine deficiency. For that, what happen means some congenital malformations like central nervous system deformities will be there, and folate insufficiency, and mother is having obesity, mother is suffering with the diabetes mellitus, that time also IDM babies may be delivered, infant of diabetic mother, and these may more common for the maternal nutritional status. Okay, some malnutritions may be associated with this. And next one is infectious agents. We will discuss one by one. Means first, what are the infectious agents? Means first one is rubella or German measles. Here, for the if the mother is suffering with the rubella or German measles with the infectious agents, how that baby may affect, we will discuss one by one. First one is rubella, that is when mother is suffering with the rubella, automatically baby is suffering with the malformations of eye, that is cataract, microphthalmia, malformation of the ears, congenital deafness due to the destruction of chorea, and malformations of the heart. These are the defects may be associated if the mother is suffering with the rubella infections. Okay, these are the viva questions. If the mother is suffering with the rubella, how that baby may be affected? What are the common congenital malformations may be affected? Means these mean. This is viva questions. Those are malformations of eye, malformations of the ear, and then next one is malformations of the heart. Okay, next rubella, that is next heart. What are the congenital malformations of the heart? Means that is patent ductus arteriosus. This condition is one of the congenital malformation. Next one is atrial septal defect. Next, ventricle septal defect may be responsible for some brain abnormalities. Those mothers also is those babies also suffering with some brain abnormalities, that is mental retardation, intrauterine growth retardation, myocardial damage, and next one is vascular abnormalities. These are the common causes for common problems for who mothers is affected with the rubella. And next one is infectious agent, that is cytomegalovirus. If mother is suffering with the infection with the causative organism of cytomegalovirus, that time how that babies may be affected? Means what are the conditions? Means disease is often fetal early on malformations. Next one is microcephaly. Microcephaly means the brain is the fetal skull is very small compared to the body, and cerebral calcification and blindness, and chorioretinitis it is there. And next one is kernicterus, means it is jaundice, multiple patches of the skin. Here the multiple patches is there over the skin. And hepatosplenomegaly, whenever mother is suffering with the cytomegalovirus, but mother is asymptomatic, but baby is having some malformations like microcephaly, cerebral calcification, blindness, choriorontitis, everything, kernicterus, everything is there. Okay, this is. And next one is infectious agent of herpes simplex virus. If the mother is suffering with the herpes simplex virus, how the intrauterine baby, how means how the development will be there, means here the intrauterine infections of fetus occasionally occurs. Usually infections is transmitted close to the time of delivery. Abnormalities is rare. Microcephaly, microophthalmos, and then retinal dysplasia, hepatosplenomegaly, mental retardation, usually child infected by mother at birth. But intrauterine life, sometimes it won't may transmit through the placenta, but during the delivery, baby may infect during the deliveries itself. Next one is inflammatory reactions during the first few weeks. Okay, these are the herpes simplex virus conditions. Next one is if mother is suffering with the varicella infections, means chicken pox. What are the defects may be appear with that babies, means congenital malformations, that those are congenital anomalies. 20% incidence following infections in first trimester, means 20% the infection may be present in the first trimester, means automatically mother is aborted, the pregnancy may be aborted. When it is continue, that time some complications may be arised in the womb. Those are the limb hypoplasia, mental retardation, muscle atrophy, HIV AIDS, microcephaly, growth retardation, abnormal faces, sometimes the expression or appearance of the face. It is some abnormalities easily we will identify. These are the infectious agents. That is varicella zoster. Whether mother is suffering with the varicella zoster, these are the conditions may be associated with that. And next one is toxoplasmosis. If the mother is suffering with the toxoplasmosis infections, that is a protozoa parasite, that is Toxoplasma gonorrhoeae. Okay, whether mother is suffering with that, the sources means poorly cooked, how it may be affect that mother with the protozoa, means the mother is taking of uncooked meat or poorly cooked meat or domestic animals like in their home the cats and then rats also is there, that time also it may transmit, and contaminated soil with the feces. Okay, these are the infections may be present, okay, with the congenital malformations. And next infectious agent, that is syphilis. If the mother is suffering with the syphilis, means here the baby is suffering with the congenital deafness, here the baby is suffering with the deafness, mental retardation, diffused fibrosis or organs like liver and then lungs. Look at this picture. Left side lung is healthy lung, right side lung is fibrosis lung. Okay, how the lungs become in fibrosis when mother is suffering with the syphilis, automatically baby is having with this fibrosis. And next one is hyperthermia, can be teratogenic infections. Okay, teratogenic agents also may be affect with this syphilis, and then fever also is associated with that. And next one is till that infectious agents we discussed. And next one is radiation. With the mother is exposed to the radiation, what are the defects, what are the congenital malformations is there in the womb. Okay, we will discuss now. Because of radiation, means the teratogenic effects of ionizing radiation well established, that is that time baby is suffering with the microcephaly. Micro means already I explained, micro it is a small brain or small head is compared to the body, and then skull defects is there. Okay, skull, small brains, small skull bones, also structural deformity it is of the skull. And then spina bifida. Spina bifida means here the it also one of the structural deformity of the spine. The cerebrospinal fluid is escaped, pivots through an opening. Okay, that is called as spina bifida. It also one of the congenital malformation. And the next one is because of exposure of the radiation, baby may suffer with the blindness, cleft lip, and extremity defects. Look at this picture how that baby, some extremity defects is there because of the radiation. Mother is exposed to the radiation. Okay, and the next one is direct effects on the fetus, on indirect effects of the germ cells. That also one of the cause for radiation. Okay, and next one is the continuation of radiation. Those babies may affect with the succeeding generations. Some it may be transmitted. Okay, that time also because of radiation it may transmit one generation to the another generation. And next one is avoid the X-ray during the pregnancy or pregnant women. Studies of the offsprings of Japanese women who were pregnant at the time of the atomic bomb explosions over Hiroshima, Nagasaki. Okay, who survived that blast. Okay, that also one of the big radiation effect. During that attack of Hiroshima, Nagasaki, it is an atom bomb exposure is there. That time, so many babies, pregnant women may suffer for that. So some generations may be affected with that radiation. Means here the 28% of the woman is aborted, 25% is gave birth to the child who did not survive their first year. Within first year only 25% of babies is died, and 25% of surviving children had abnormalities of central nervous system. Example, microcephaly, and then mental retardation is there because of this radiation. Okay, that is atomic bomb explosion. Okay, that is Hiroshima, Nagasaki. This is a big exposure of radiation. Okay, this is about the radiation. And next one is chemical agents and then drugs. We will discuss one by one. The role of chemical agents and drugs in production of anomalies is difficult to assess. Most studies are retrospective, but they can't explaining about these chemical agents and drugs are associated with the congenital malformations, but some effects is there for the defects. What are the drugs is associated for these congenital malformations? Means thalidomide, that also one of the drug, and next one is anti-nauseant, and then sleeping pills, and found to cause meromelia, total or partial absence of the extremities is there. Here the already I shown one picture. Total or some partial extremities, absence of the extremities is there because of these drugs. Thalidomide, these drugs, baby is suffering with that extremities difficulties. Okay, absence is there. And next one is intestinal atresia, cardiac abnormalities. Because of some drugs, these are the malformations may be present for that baby. And next one is aminoperin. Here with the using of these drugs, aminoperin drug, baby is suffering with the anencephaly. Anencephaly means it is the brain defects, the structural defects of the skull bones. Okay, look at that picture, that is anencephaly. And then next one is meningocele. Here the look at that second picture. Here it is first in second picture total 3 images is there. First one is spina bifida, second one is meningocele, third one is meningomyelocele. Here the child is suffering with the meningomyelocele. Third image, here are the meninges, and then spinal cord also is exposed through an opening. Okay, like an one tail it will be there. Okay, that is called as meningomyelocele. And next one is hydrocephalus, means accumulation of the fluid in the periosteum. Okay, that is big head, it look like big head, and then cleft lip and then cleft palate, and these defects are associated with the aminopterin. And next one is anticonvulsive drugs. Okay, because for using of this anticonvulsive or treatment of epileptic drugs, child may suffer with some congenital anomalies, that is trimethadone. Okay, here because of using of trimethadone drug, child is suffering with the malformation of the ears, and then cleft palate, cardiac defects, urogenital anomalies, skeletal anomaly, and these are the congenital malformations is present by the mother is using of trimethadone drug. Look at this picture. Total 3 images is there. No? First one is cleft lip, second one is both side, okay, bilateral cleft lip is there. Third image is, it indicates that cleft lip and then palate. The palate also is having hole. Okay, these are the congenital malformations is affected by mother is using these drugs, trimethadone. Okay, and next one is the antipsychotic drugs, means major tranquilizers. Okay, because of by mother is using this antipsychotic drugs, child is suffering with the malformations like fourfold in the cleft lip with or without capped palate. Okay, look at that picture. And next one is anticoagulants. Mother is using some anticoagulants like varafin. That time also congenital malformations may be associated. Okay, that is about the chemicals and then drugs and what are the effects of womb. And next one is, if the mother is consuming the alcohol, what are the complications is there for the baby or fetus? Means here the first one is the relationship between the alcohol consumption and the congenital abnormalities is first one is fetal alcohol syndrome. Baby is having the fetal alcohol syndrome. And next one is a craniofacial abnormalities. Here the cranium and then facial abnormalities may be present, and short palpable fissures is there. And next one is a hypoplasia of the maxillary bones is there, and hypoplasia, the facial defects mostly it is associated because improper fusion of the bones, facial bones. And next one is the limb deformities. Here the external limb deformities is there when the mother is consuming the alcohol. And next one is altered joint mobility and position. That also one of the complications when mother is consuming the alcohol. And next one is cardiovascular defects, means so many conditions is there, that is ventricle septal defects, patent ductus arteriosus, tetralogy of palate, and everything is there. Look at that picture, normal heart how it is there, and look at that second picture, child is suffering with the tetralogy of the palate, that also congenital cardiovascular defects. Okay, and next one is child is suffering with the mental retardation and growth deficiency. Whenever these are the congenital malformations is affect whether mother is consuming the alcohol. And next one is cigarette smoking, whether the mother is taking up cigarettes, that time has not been linked a major birth defects, but some smoking does not contribute the intrauterine growth retardation. Sometimes the smoking does contributes the growth retardation also is there, and the premature delivery, and some evidence is that is cause of behavioral disturbances. Okay, sometimes it is not associated with the major complications, but prematurity and then growth retardation is most commonly we will identify. And then sometimes it is evidence of some behavioral disturbances of the babies. Okay, look at this picture, how the term baby is there, how the preterm baby is look like. Okay, see. Next one is hormones. Because of effects of hormones, how the complications will be there. Congenital malformations means because of androgenic agents. Synthetic progesterone were used frequently to prevent the abortions. For example, antenatal mothers is using this synthetic progesterone for the continuity of the pregnancy. They are using prevention of abortions. That also may affect the babies. And esthetrone and then norestrone drugs. Some hormones also affects the womb and have a considerable androgenic activity, masculinization of the female genitalia. Here look at that picture, masculinization of the female genitalia. This is look at that picture, whether that is male child or female child. Can you guess that one? How that baby look like genitalia? That is look like male or female? But here the whether because of effects of the androgenic hormones, baby may suffer with the masculinization of the genitalia. Means here the ambiguous genitalia. Ambiguous means increased, because of increased androgen product, the ambiguous genitalia is appeared in the newborn. Ambiguous means it is a mixing of the male and then female genitalia. Look at in that female genitalia, in between where the clitoris part is there, how it look like, means it look like a penis, but that baby is female child. That baby is not a male child. Because of increased androgen effects, hormones effects, baby may delivered with the masculinization of the female genitalia, means ambiguous genitalia also is there. And next one is because of that hormone, baby may suffer with that. Next one is diethylstabinosterol. Because of that hormone, child may suffer with the congenital anomalies, like some hormonal imbalances also is there. And then in additional high percentile surfaced from the reproductive dysfunctions is mostly we will see in the children. When the mother is using of the oral contraceptives, that also may affect with that babies. Low teratogenic potential discontinuing of the pregnancy, suspected pregnancies. Okay, that time also some because of some hormones, babies also is suffering. Cortisones, some mothers is using cortisones, that may result with the child suffering with the cleft palate, may be associated is mine. Okay, this is about the effects of children, newborns with the hormones. Next one is maternal diseases. What are the maternal diseases? Means disturbance in the carbohydrate metabolism. For whom we will see in this disturbance in the carbohydrate metabolism, means diabetic mother, and then a high incidence of stillbirth, because whether the mother is diabetic, pre-diabetic pregnant is there, that time high incidence of stillbirth, neonatal deaths, abnormally large infants may be delivered. And next one is congenital malformations may be associated with cardiac, skeletal, central nervous anomalies, and caudal dysgenesis. Here the caudal dysgenesis also is appeared in the neonates, and partial or complete agencies of sacral vertebrae in the conjunction where the hind limb it may be hypoplasia is there. Okay, these are the complications whether the mother is suffering with the some diseases like diabetes. Okay, this is about the maternal diseases. And next one is hypoxia. Whether the mother is having hypoxia, automatically baby is having some deformities, and then abortions also is there. It is associated with the congenital malformations. Mostly because of hypoxia, abortions may be having. And next one is environmental chemicals. Here the what are the environmental chemicals? Means mercury, fish seed, corn sprayed with the mercury containing fungicides. Sometimes these are the chemicals are using, and multiple, because of that multiple neurological symptoms may be present with the babies. And sometimes because of using of lead, baby may sometimes abortions may be having, and then growth retardation and the neurological dysfunctions also, disorders also may be appeared with this baby with this environmental or chemical factors. And next one is approaches to the dysmorphic child. What are the approaches we should know? Because if mother is having dysmorphic child, here how we will prevent means, first during the pregnancy we have to take the history. Complete history is very very important about birth weight of the baby, whether it is small for gestational age, infant may have the chromosome abnormality or may have been exposed to teratogens, and large for gestational age, infant of diabetic mother or overgrowth syndrome. Was the infant full term or preterm or post term? You have to assess for that. You have to check full history. And then next one is the maternal age, whether the mother's age, if it is advanced age is there, it is associated with the high risk of non-disjunction leading to the trisomies. Here the because of trisomy 21, it may leads to the Down syndrome. And next one is complications during the pregnancy. We have to take complete history about the complications during the pregnancy and everything. And next one is maternal medical problems, and does she take any medications, did she smoke cigarette, drinking of alcohol or take any drugs, neonatal hypotonia maybe having or manifested prenatally, and answer to these questions may be provide informations. Family history, pregnancy history and neonatal history, any neonatal loss, everything you have to take history during the pregnancy. And you have to check about the head of the baby. Okay, here the dysformic child you have to check, that is head, about whether the head fontanelles is enlarged or not, eyes are whether congenital cataract is there, and when extra folds may be there or not, everything you have to check. In which case the extra folds is there over the eyes means congenital genetic problems like Down syndrome and congenital defects. That time the extra folds may be appeared in the eyes. And next, whenever you have to check the ears, you check the pits tags, any tag is hanging near the external ear, and then you have to check and position of the ear, and then rotation, how far it is rotating, what is the position, everything you have to check for the ears. And next one is the if it is a Down syndrome, congenital malformation, genetic problem, the ears are lowset ears is there, everything you have to check. And next one is cleft lip and then cleft palate, you have to identify whenever you are checking the deformity child head. And next one is neck and throat, because of thyroglossal ductal cyst, if some neck and throat problems also is associated. And next one is abdomen, you have to check for the this is about, nothing is there about physical examination of the fetus, means omphalocele is there or not. Omphalocele means here the exposure of the intestines. Okay, gastroschisis, whether the baby is suffering with that umbilical hernia or scaphoid abdomen, whether congenital diaphragmatic hernia is present, everything you have to check. Femoral pulses you have to check, aortic coarctation is present or not. And next one is undescended testicles. Here the in preterm babies the undescended testicles is there. And fistulas, what is fistula? Fistula means there is a connection between the two organs, mostly the drain, bladder it may be having. And next one is hypospadiasis. What is hypospadiasis means? Hypo means below, spadiasis means opening of the urethra, it is there in the below the penis. And epispadiasis means you know about male childs how the urethra is placed in between the penis, gland penis. But here the epi means above penis it is there, the whole of the urethra. Hypo means below it is there. Imperforated anus, child is suffering with the closing of the anus, imperforated anus. These are the abdominal congenital malformations. Okay, you have to check whenever you are doing the physical examination. And checking about the extremities and skin, that is congenital hip dysplasia, single palmar cases, and mostly these single palmar cases are identified in the Down syndrome conditions. And clubbed foot, congenital nevus, and hemangiomas, everything you have to check about the extremities. Okay, next that is about the physical examination of the newborn, and next one is management. Here the medical management plays an important role to prevention of morbidity and the mortality of the newborns. Here the because of these defects the morbidity is most high, and because of these defects mortality also is high. Okay, whenever you are giving proper management, that is neonatal screening including physical examination of all neonates and screening for the functional disorders such as congenital hypothyroidism, ketonuria, sickle cell diseases, and glucose 6 phosphate dehydrogenesis, and deficiency by trained primary health care providers. These are we should give proper training for the healthcare professions to prevent that diseases. And then next one is the neonates with the birth defects may be further referred to the appropriate level of medical surgical facilities. Whenever at birth only we are you should the caregiver the midwife should be identified early, and then we will prevent the further complications. And next one is effective life-saving medical treatment is available for several birth defects with the functional disorders such as thalassemia, inherited recessive blood disorders, and sickle cell disorders, and congenital hypothyroidism may reduce the thyroid functions. Everything you have to, these are the conditions having effective management, you may save the baby's life. And many structural congenital anomalies, that is about 50% can be corrected with the pediatric surgery in early life, such as simple congenital heart defects, cleft lip, cleft palate, cleft foot, and congenital cataract, and gastrointestinal and urogenital abnormalities. Simple, co-effective, and the non-invasive treatments also exist for the certain conditions such as cleft foot. Okay, the some structural congenital malformations, how much means 50% only we will correct the some correct with some doing of surgeries, underwent surgeries. Remaining 15% we can't estimate, assuming for that. And appropriate treatment is also needed for congenital disorders manifesting themselves after the neonatal period. This includes the early detection and then treatment and rehabilitation services. Okay, that is about medical management. And here the management is divided into primary prevention, secondary prevention, and tertiary prevention. What is the primary prevention is there? Here the it is an important aspects in the prevention of congenital anomalies, that is the aim to ensure the individuals are born free of birth defects by being conceived normally and not being damaged in the fetal life. This can be achieved the basic reproductive health approaches, which includes family welfare services, promoting healthy dietary habits and lifestyles, safe food and environmental, detecting, treating and preventing maternal infections, control of such diseases, and insulin dependent diabetes mellitus and epilepsy, vaccination, avoiding using of certain drugs during the pregnancy and prior to conception in women planning for the pregnancy. This is about the primary prevention. Whenever you are identifying, whenever you are vaccinating, whenever you are avoiding some drugs during the pregnancy, we will prevent the complications. And next one is basic reproductive health approaches. What are the basic reproductive health approaches including means? First one is family welfare services, maintaining good preconceptional health of the woman. All women who can become pregnant should take folic acid supplementation every day, promoting healthy lifestyles measures, and then controlling preconceptional medical conditions and diseases. And next one is improving the coverage of rubella vaccination. Here all pre-pregnant women should be vaccinated for the rubella. And next one is avoiding the environmental exposures to hazardous substances. Avoid harmful drugs and medical radiation during the pregnancy. No medication should be taken during the pregnancy without the advice of doctors. Okay, this is about the basic reproductive health approaches. Okay, next one is timely identification of family risk of inherited diseases, increasing the strengthening educational of health staff. Okay, these are the programs should be conducted, and that is all those things comes under the primary prevention. And next one is secondary prevention. The secondary prevention aim to reduce the number of child borns with the birth defects. This is the main goal. You have to control the birth defects with the use of medical genetic screening and then parental diagnosis. Birth defects are detected and the couple offered genetic counseling and therapeutic options. Tertiary prevention is directed towards the early detection and the management of program once a child with birth defects is born. Okay, that is about the tertiary prevention also. And next one is coming to the nursing management. Under the nursing management, after screening, after physical examination, after observing of everything, after health education, after conducting of sessions, the nursing diagnosis should be followed. What are the nursing diagnosis means? Decreased cardiac, if the child is born with the cardiac conditions, the nursing diagnosis is decreased cardiac output related to the structural factors of congenital heart defects and evidenced by the cyanosis. And second nursing diagnosis is activity intolerance, because structural deformity, baby is suffered with the intolerance of activity intolerance. It is related to the imbalance between the oxygen supply and then demand as evidenced by presence of circulatory respiratory problems. Okay, this is about the activity intolerance. And next one is compromised family coping, related to the situational and developmental crisis of the family and child as evidenced by the family expressed corner and then fear about infant child's disease and conditions. Next, fourth one is risk for injury related to the cardiac infections, compromised by the congenital defects and medications administration. And next one is because of medication, baby suffered with some intestinal injuries and some problems. And next one is risk for infection related to the chronic illnesses. Okay, and sixth one is imbalanced nutrition, less than body requirement and more than body requirement. If the less than body requirements preterm baby, you should write that imbalanced nutrition. If it is a IDM mother, infant diabetic mother means that time you should write up the more than baby requirement. And seventh one is impaired mobility. It is related with the because some extremities abnormalities is there and structural deformity of lower limbs and upper limbs. So that time impaired mobility is there. Okay, it is related with that, you should write. And delayed growth and development. Okay, that also one of the cause of for the malformations children. Disturbed body image. Okay, this is very important because they doesn't know why I am having this structural deformity. They doesn't know, but it is disturbed body image. Child may suffered a lot with this structural deformity babies whenever they are grown up. And 10th one, social isolation. Because of their structural deformity, some social isolation is there in the children. It is related with the alterations in the physical appearance. These are the nursing diagnosis is there. Nothing is there in this class, but you should identify the congenital malformations. You should manage. Nursing management is very important. Here the nurses plays an important role. Means immediate after delivery, you should identify whether the baby is delivered with the congenital malformations is there, and immediate referral. 50% early identification we will control the mortality rate. Okay, whenever screening, whenever during prenatal or antenatal period, you should be screened. That time prevent the further complications. Screening is very important. Okay, this is about the identification and management.